And as is tradition during our breaks, everything happens. This time, I don't know, the president was attempted to be
literally.
Some people have blamed that on me for going on break, and frankly, at this point, I have a hard time disagreeing.
I really don't know what he said at the end of this.
Although Secret Service and FBI, that's a joke. Zero influence. I doubt that Chud watched our show. He looked like I mean, the dude who did it looked like a freaking straight up incel. Registered Republican, by the way. At first, everyone was like, oh no, like, I can't believe this, you know, this is the worst, like some deranged leftist tried to kill Trump, but it turned out, I think he's a Republican.
He's a registered Republican.
Yeah. So it wasn't us, I don't think. It was one of them, you know? I mean, look, he missed. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Trump's fine. It was, man, the fact that it only grazed him is just so cosmic.
Incredible plot armor. The plot armor is getting ridiculous in this show.
I know. Like, what are the chances? And then the shot he got out of it, the photo op with the bloody ear and the hand and the American flag. When I was like, oh,
yeah,
it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
Sadly, it was very fabulous.
I don't know.
You don't think it's over after that?
If the election was this week, it'd be over. But this country has the memory of a goldfish. In 2 weeks, no one will be talking.
You know, you might be right. You might be right.
Yeah.
My initial reaction was like, "Oh, dude, this is GG." But maybe I'll help you're right. You know, because listen, it's terrible tragedy. Political violence is horrific, and I despise it. However, being shot at does not make him suddenly more qualified to be president.
Yeah, it doesn't really change the fact that he
doesn't change the calculus.
Yeah,
yeah. And as you know, I'm not blaming. Listen, I'm glad he's okay, and I'm glad he missed. But tragically, also, in my opinion, the most tragic part about it is that some random fucking dude got killed.
Yeah,
who was just sitting there, man.
Do I get electrocuted?
That's really sad. I mean, it's just
Trump
another.
Seems to have already completely forgotten about.
ContraPoints has the ultimate banger tweet about it.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, I saw that. That was so funny.
Because there's been lots of people. Marco Rubio tweeted out, and this is a sentiment I've seen all over the place. God saved Trump and saved him from that bullet. And ContraPoints said something like, "Oh yeah," and led it right into one of his supporters.
Guided that bullet straight into his supporter.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's another long line of gun violence at mass gatherings. You know.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
This is Marco Rubio said, God protected President Trump. Natalie, God bless her, said, yeah, the Lord guided that bullet right into one of his supporters, which is such a good tweet. It is so good. I had family members who don't even know who she is were talking about this tweet to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, she's my friend. I know her. She's been on my show.
Did you see the thing about how he has not reached out to the family of the guy who got killed?
Yes, Joe Biden reached out,
insane.
and the guy who died's wife, Joe Biden called to check on her, and she rejected his call.
Jesus.
Trump, on the other hand, has not called her at all. Now, what the fuck are we meant to? You know what I mean? Like,
that is so crazy. I mean, I guess that's the most Trump thing ever. So. Shouldn't be that surprised.
Also, these clutch, grasping, conservative, hypocrite, loser fucks. The wall where the woke meets the wall, whatever bullshit they say about each other, and jerk each other off. We're like tap dancing while Nancy Pelosi's husband got fucking clobbered in the head and attempted murder with a hammer.
Of course,
it was the president himself. Was making jokes on TV about how's Nancy's husband.
Right.
You know, it was like, so there's zero grace period. There's no blowback. There's no accountability. It's just ridiculous. They have no principles.
No shame. No shame at all.
No principles. Zero. They don't care at all, by the way. And by the way, the other thing about this whole situation that It's driving me crazy. Like I was watching Piers Morgan, they were having this debate about it, and this dipshit conservative goes, you know, I don't want to hear anybody talking about January the 7th? 6th? That's what I thought. 7th was our dark day for America, too. You know, we were still working our way through the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any liberals talking about January 6th again. It's like, bitch, the guy who shot Trump is a conservative. He's a Republican, you dummy. Why are we not? He was not. If the guy who tried to kill Trump was like, I was watching Rachel Maddow and she radicalized me to want to kill Trump, then I think they'd have a valid point.
Right.
But the motherfucker is a conservative.
Yeah.
This was one of your motherfuckers.
Which is also why I think, you know, I mean, of course there's going to be some talk about it, and especially in like conspiracy circles, we'll probably be hearing about this for years. But as far as like them, the mainstream Republicans harping on this, I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of just fades away pretty quickly, because they don't have a juicy narrative because of what you're saying. Like they don't have like a minority, they don't have a minority to blame it on.
So here's what they're working on. I was listening to Piers Morgan, who I usually think is like at least decently trying to see both sides of something. But on the Trump issue, he's such a hack. He goes, I find it just a little odd. You know, they go into this whole thing. I find it just a little bit odd that he was able to get up there and take that shot at the president. Not like the police, the law enforcement is incompetent, as always. Not like Secret Service, you know, isn't. I don't know anything about Secret Service, but they fucked up. The police fucked up. It's not incompetency. It's always, no, and there's something odd. There's something else going on here, suggesting quite clearly, in my opinion, that there's some conspiracy to allow him to take the shot at Trump.
Yeah.
Some deep, and this is mainstream. This is Piers Morgan, who's mainstream as fuck, talking about like, it's just a little odd. I mean, it is odd how much we invest in law enforcement and their total continued incompetency. Like, how far back do we need to go? Uvalde? How long ago was that? I mean, these people are incompetent. The only reason it doesn't happen more is because people aren't attempting it. I think people would be shocked how easy it would be to do that if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that incident seemed to prove that.
And that dude was like not slick, not well thought out, not planned. And I mean,
I have to think that like the actual like Biden's or whoever is currently the president, their security is the A team. You know what I mean? Like they're a little bit more on it. But yeah, I mean, it definitely has been surprising how just a few failures allowed this to happen. You know?
Well, there's actually some really disturbing videos of like, this guy was on that roof for like 10, 15 minutes, and people were like, there's a dude on the roof with a rifle. There's a dude on the roof with a rifle. And
I think it was just a few
about,
minutes, but yeah. I mean, I've seen all the videos too of people.
I don't
think he was up there for like 10 or 15 minutes.
I think well, at any rate, the video I saw was 5 minutes of people, they synced it up with Trump's speech.
Right, I saw that one
with
too,
people
yeah.
yelling at law enforcement that he's up there, and nobody got on the radio and said, "Get Trump off the stage while we deal with this."
Right.
Like, we have better security at our show. I feel like at our live show. But Bella Simmons says vote, and my point that I hope people bear in mind is this: is that it is terrible what happened, but being shot at does not make him more qualified. All of a sudden,
yeah,
it doesn't change the calculus.
I saw one person. Where did I see this? I guess it was just on Reddit or something. But I just saw this reply that was like, "Damn, seeing that video of him getting shot at, and then a minute later, standing up and pumping his fist. I want a president that." That's made me decide, I'm voting for him. I want a president that can
someone in our
that has that level of vitality. No, it was just on some, I don't even remember where it was. Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, it's like, well, first of all, that person was definitely already voting for Trump. And
yeah, you're right.
But second of all, even if it's like, why do you want a president that can fist pump after getting shot at?
I mean,
what aspect of that?
Listen, to be fair, it was badass.
It was badass.
There's no fucking way to deny it.
I was gonna jokingly tweet that he has my vote now, but I was like, people are gonna think I'm serious.
Dude,
but
definitely not funny.
it was. I still tweeted something. People got upset, but
wait, what did you do? You did a funny one.
I'm more. Really I tweeted that don't get your ears pierced at Claire's, and I was more upset that. I thought I was the first person to make that joke, and I was like, as I was typing that, I was so excited, and I guess someone beat me to it.
Yeah, that was also, I saw people arguing about it. Apparently, greatness struck several minds at once.
I was literally at Claire's with my niece, and I thought, that's why I really thought, like, oh, it's fresh in my mind. Aww. And then, unfortunately.
So close, man.
So close.
It's almost
I'll have my moment. Olivia went viral over break.
Listen,
I'll get there.
Thanks,
it doesn't
Carl.
make it more qualified.
Twitter is a game.
And I certainly is not swaying my opinion, nor should I believe it should sway anyone's opinion. That said, it was badass. There's no way to deny it, dude. He got shot in the ear. People were panicking.
That's fine.
I mean, come on. It was.
Do you want?
It was
is
cool.
it important that your president is
No.
badass?
No.
That's the point I'm making. It's like, why is that a metric?
It's
of
inspiring to see someone who's so brave and fearless. It's inspiring. I can understand why people who are either.
I don't need my president to be brave and fearless. I don't need that. That's not really on my rubric.
It would inspire some people who are somehow undecided. Again, I don't know who these people are, but they're out there apparently.
Right.
The fabled swing voter.
When he did that, in my mind, I heard AC/DC just shoot to thrill. Like, I know you don't like AC/DC, Dan, but
have you seen the 50 Cent edits?
It was badass.
The Many Men song. Like, this shit goes hard, man. I gotta say.
Now here's a comment. Seems very planned, not gonna lie. Who poses for a pic after getting shot at? So here's what I need to say to you is don't be a fucking idiot. Okay? We're not gonna go down the conspiracy road that the morons on the right do about every goddamn stupid thing. Okay? I watched that clip. I saw his reaction. It was not staged. Just don't be a fucking idiot, please.
I sent a graphic that shows how close it was.
Yeah.
To just like going straight.
Yeah, I saw
through
that
his
too.
head.
It wasn't staged, okay? It was catastrophic. Shit happens. Let's not be what we hate, okay? Not everything is a conspiracy theory. In fact, most things aren't. Okay? Like, look at this. This is not staged. How do you stage, by the way? Like, you're like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna just graze your ear. Like, I'm sorry. That's a little risky. Don't you think?
Annie Oakley?
It was,
is that the sharpshooter?
Annie Oakley is a sharpshooter.
Right, yeah.
I was gonna say Deadshot.
Like, that's just not. Don't be a fucking idiot, please.
This
just put
video
that
is
away.
wild, though. This really demonstrates just how. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't turn his head, he would have got headshot.
Take a look what happened.
It went straight through his brain. Insane.
Yeah, what it's just, yep.
It's fucking Neo.
This was not staged.
It's not staged. And his reaction is very genuine.
Yeah.
The whole thing, the confusion, everything, it was not staged, okay? I know, listen, I understand the impulse to be like, this is all way too good for Trump. And the chances that it just grazed his ear is just so ridiculous. Don't be a fucking idiot, please. Okay? Oh, Tim Dillon did an emergency episode without. Is that real?
Yeah. So someone posted a screenshot on our subreddit, and I was like,
emergency episode.
No way that's unedited.
This is what Trump would have looked like if the bullet hit him.
So I went and looked, and this is my screenshot. It's identical to the one they posted. So it's real. It's so
Look, they got his ass just in a cornfield. He's so broke, he doesn't have a house anymore.
You want fucking war? You fucking got it.
This is a couple seconds after he takes a swig of vodka from a big bottle.
So what's his theory about all this?
I actually didn't watch the podcast. I was just interested in that screenshot.
These people hate our children.
Bitch. But anyway, please let's not be like them, okay?
So fuck you.
So, thank you though.
You know,